Hey there, internet. What's happening?
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's good?
Everything's good in the neighborhood for the most part.
That's not true though, because the electricity went off twice in the neighborhood actually. So,
That's because of the hurricane. We've been having issues and stuff like that
sure.
since then.
Yeah,
But
I
other than
assume
that,
that they're working on it,
yeah,
I
but other than
guess.
that, it's all good in the neighborhood.
Well, actually, do you hear those gunshots recently?
Yeah. I'm never worried about that. The crazy violence nonsense. Did you see the thing about the flesh eating bacteria that happened since the hurricane? That is more of it
Where
now in
is
the
this?
water.
Where? In
Here.
here?
Yeah. Yeah.
In our drinking water?
That's why the water was weird, like for the whole week. They were cleaning it. They were cleaning the
Right.
actual
It did
entire thing.
smell of like chlorine and bleach and
Yeah,
stuff. It still smells now.
yeah.
I don't like when they're
When they
cleaning
do
the
that,
water. I mean, I'm glad that they're treating it.
they
Obviously, we
always
need
have to
clean
do.
drinking water, but I don't
It's because storms
like
are
the
so current.
smell.
Yeah, it's because it smells bad. That's why you have to boil it and stuff like that.
Yeah, my
Because,
head starts to hurt as soon as I smell it. Ah,
but yeah, except for our petty squabbles with existence, everyone's good in the neighborhood.
is it? It's not good, and that's why our topic today is actually about self-reflection.
Ah, self-reflection.
Yes.
Mm,
So I guess this could be adjoined to the mental health.
check up type of thing.
Yeah,
Mm,
I think so.
it could work that way.
Yeah. In any case, we put together some questions
Indeed, we did.
from the internet, obviously. Um, and yeah, we're going to see if we can answer these very insightful, supposedly questions.
Okay,
Do you want to start? Shall I start?
you start.
Okay, the first question is not on the list in front of us. The first question is, are you happy
Wow, that's a really. Am I happy?
with your life as it is right now? Are you
Uh,
happy?
uh,
I will answer for myself. No, I am not happy. I think I have not been happy, like just happy in a really long time. There are things that I do and things that I see that I try to make that happiness for myself.
mm,
You know, they say that you have to make yourself be happy, but
yes.
there's I feel like there's an extent to that. Like if you have those moments where you're like a robot and dead, and then you're like, okay, let me do something to be happy in this moment. And then
Yes.
you do it and then you're happy for that moment. But then you go back to being lifeless and dead after whatever the event is. I feel like that
Uh,
sometimes, often actually.
I, 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 I wouldn't say that I'm happy. I wouldn't say that I'm unhappy.
Hmm.
I would say that I'm currently existing,
Yeah.
and I some days or you have better days than other. I think that's the best way to put it. Like sometimes I'm like elated. I'm enjoying my current existence as it
Hmm.
is. And you see me and Kimberly's be like, "Why are you being so weird?" But I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just vibing in like a moment, you know."
Right, right.
And it's
It's
just
the
like the
moments.
moment. Like I find that the more I think about happiness or not being happy is like what moments have I really over like the last year or so made me really feel like good. And it's all about making sure you have more of those moments than the bad. So I would say that I am happy in
Hmm.
this moment in time right now. That
Mm,
might change within like a few hours or a few days, but
yeah.
I'm good currently. But I try to I go with the flow. Trying to keep yourself happy in this kind of life and world is not going to it's not something that's going to be possible. and, well, currently for me, but not allowing yourself to fall into a depression hole is also not something that you want to do as well. So I take the moments, the good ones and the bad.
Okay, and speaking of the moments, do you think that you're using your time wisely?
Okay, no. I I have been I know I'm not a procrastinator. Inherently so. I know 100% that I can get something done, but I might wait way too long to get it done or
Mm-hmm.
take way too long to start something. But when I do start, I do find myself on a roll. But it's the starting that's almost the hardest bit. So am I using my time correctly? No, not efficiently, in my opinion. No. What about you?
I also would say no.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm pretty active sometimes, but recently I feel like I don't know what to do with myself. And even though I have a task to do and I do it, after that I feel like if I'm not doing something,
Ah,
and I don't mean in terms of work, but just doing anything at all, like I'm not doing anything.
I
Does
got
that
you.
make
I got
sense?
you.
It's strange, and it's not like when people say, "Oh, you can't be in those moments, those bored moments," because it doesn't have anything to do with being bored,
Mm.
right? I can sit there and be bored and have a fine time, but why do I feel like even when I'm having fun, like I should, I don't know, like have the most fun? You know what I mean?
I guess for you is you just don't feel like you're being efficient in just like both work or play. I guess.
I don't know. It
Uh,
feels that way.
it kind of reminds me of like when I go to relax and I'm like, I have a bunch of games to play, and then I spend the time looking for a game to play and I can't choose, and I don't end up choosing anything.
Ah, so I realized something like that as well when it comes to YouTube.
Mm.
So if I end up scrolling, this is what I decided. You know how they're stacked like it's four videos across?
Hmm.
So I decided that if by the time I get down to the fourth or fifth column and I don't find a video in those first, is it columns or rows?
Roles, columns.
Whatever. If I don't find a video that I want to watch, I leave YouTube.
Really?
I started to do that because then you just end up endlessly scrolling.
Ah,
For me,
okay.
anyway.
What if somebody like updated that you would want that was
If
a few
there's an
hours ago?
update, I get the notifications. So that's the first thing
Ah,
that I
okay.
click the bell. So I'll see there if there are any videos that I watch. And also, a lot of my updated videos are in the first top five of those, is what I'm saying, those rows as
Okay.
well. So there's no need for me to scroll below that because I realize I'll just be scrolling, and I don't like doing that
Ah,
because wasting time.
but you see, if you're going to YouTube for like just enjoyment, you're already now being like, I need to be super efficient with like my play and my
Okay, so
relaxation.
maybe this is an example of exactly what I just said. But,
Yes.
and again, I feel, I do feel this way though.
Mm.
After I get past a certain place, it's like, why am I even on YouTube then? If I haven't found any video that I want to watch, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes already.
Hmm.
It's like, why be on YouTube? Go somewhere else. I'm sure
Yes.
there are other resources to do whatever,
Yeah.
honestly. It's not YouTube right now. You
Yeah.
understand?
Go to a different place to watch a different video or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. And that kind of leads into the next question. Are you taking anything for granted?
Um, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I honestly do not think there's anything in my life that I am taking for granted. I should have something to take for granted, though. I feel like in every aspect, I am doing the best and I'm grateful for those things. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't think I'm taking anything for granted.
I actually think I'm taking my time for granted.
I see.
I think I'm the opposite of you, where I'm like, I. It's not that I'm wasting time, is that I know I can be far more efficient. I need to stop procrastinating. And I think that I'm taking myself and my time that I have on this planet for granted, you know? And that it feels like I know I can do so and so and so and so, but I just take my time.
Hmm.
And I'm like thinking to myself, you're wasting time.
Okay, so are you wasting time? Are you being lazy? Are you just hopeless?
I feel it's a mixture of just being lazy and hopeless sometimes.
I see.
Yeah. But I am hopeful that I can improve upon myself.
Is that so?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely hopeless. I find that there's nothing to live for in life anymore. Um, I've given up. I think two-thirds I've given up.
Jeez. Two
Yeah,
thirds. A whole
yeah,
2/3.
yeah. That remainder one third.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where it is, but I feel it slowly.
Disappearing?
Yeah. I say slowly, but I think I had a panic attack just yesterday actually. I wanted to cut my hair again. Um I was just feeling really bad in my mind, my body, just everything. I just felt uncomfortable and just thinking about everything just kind of stressed me out. I kind of cried,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't cry properly, so it was upsetting as well.
What do you mean it was upsetting?
I don't know. The day started badly.
Mm.
Like, I've not been getting proper sleep, but then I wake up at this time to do the task that I need to, and it's annoying.
Mm.
I hate when my phone rings or vibrates, you know.
I know.
That's why I keep it on silent, but sometimes I have to turn it on,
For work and
and
all that
then
stuff.
people are really and then I start dislike people and the world because you know the world is the people
Uh-huh.
in it and yeah the day it didn't go well. I was tired when I woke up. I wanted to go back to sleep, but I had things to do. And then I couldn't get back to sleep when I was finished doing those. So I was like, let me do something else. But then when I did that, I was like, I'm not using my time wisely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to relax, but I'm not like relaxing efficiently or something in my
I
brain.
think
And I just had a bad day.
you need
I
to.
washed my hair and I wanted to cut it. I was like, why do I even have hair again? It's like, it's stupid.
Everything just started snowball.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you need to truly. You just need to just like relax. Like one of these days or like a few days, you just need to screw time and whatever, and just like fucking just do whatever you want for that few days, and that'll help you like truly get you to relax somehow. And I'm talking about relaxing efficiently. I just mean lay back, no care. I don't need to bathe. I don't need to do anything today.
You
Relax.
know what it reminds me of? I feel like I've taken a step backwards. You remember how I used to be really anal and stressed out in high school?
Yes.
I hated that version of myself after I realized how I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is not the person that I want to be. I don't want to be the person that freaks out over these little things that actually are not going to be
And
impactful.
then it bothers you for the rest of the day
Yeah,
or the
yeah. I
week.
feel like I have reverted to that as an adult at this stage in my life and I hate myself
Mm,
for it. I hate it.
mm. I absolutely know what you mean. And I don't know how to de-anal yourself, but
Yeah.
you really do need to find a proper balance between what you consider relaxation and work, and you need to get rid of that mind bug that's been telling you you're not being efficient. You're not being efficient. You're relaxing, but you're not being efficient. You only have a few hours to do so and so and so. You're not being efficient. You need to, when that pops up in your head, you need to just like push it away because it's,
That only started recently. I actually do know the cause for all of this recent stress and these feelings. Obviously, I won't say what it is on our podcast, but there's there's not really a way to separate what I'm feeling right now.
mm.
Um, it's very sad.
It is a part of existence, my dude.
And that's why I don't want to exist anymore.
Oh boy, I would be very sad if you stop existing. Like really.
In any case, the question that I will ask after this is, am I living my true self? Am I living my life as my true self?
I would say that me currently, the person who I am true to myself,
Mm-hmm.
my desires, what I want, what I do. I think I would say that I'm true to myself in that sense. The people that I talk to and I hang out with and whatnot. I I don't think I'm swayed by anyone or by anything currently. I think I am true to myself. Doesn't mean that I'm 100% happy with myself, but I think I'm true to myself. Yeah, I guess it's not. I'm not faking anything or pretending to be something about me that isn't me or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm true to myself.
I feel like I am also true to myself, but there is there's a should I say a virgin,
Yeah,
a fakeness. I think we talked about this. Like what do you call it?
a mass.
No. It's like the default. I fall into a default, I think. When I make new relationships with people, like new friends,
Oh,
there are certain things that I don't want to share.
I got
And
you.
I know that we cannot go, past a certain place in our relationship
Hmm.
if the person doesn't open up. I know that and I feel bad, but I don't want to do it. You know?
I got you. Yeah,
It's I think that is where I like put on this thing, or I just completely stop communicating. You know?
I understand.
Life is hard.
My life is very
Why
hard.
is life so hard?
Why do you feel you need to you default, but the default isn't you or
No, the default is me, but I just stop trying. Because there are those things that I don't want to reveal anymore. I mean, you don't have to reveal a lot of things
oh
about
yeah,
yourself, but there's stuff that I don't want to say to people, right? So it just happens. It happens.
okay. I think I understand.
Do you?
Yeah,
You should understand as my brother.
I do.
Okay.
I do understand you. Probably the best person who understands you.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Okay.
Again, maybe it's not so much a fakeness and not being true to yourself, but I just I don't want to pursue anymore that relationship with a friend or new people if they're those things that are gonna be asked about me.
Is it like fair or is it just like you just don't care up to like explain certain things about you or you just don't want people to know?
Um, I think I'm a pretty open person,
Yes, you are.
actually, even with strangers. So, but there are certain
Yeah,
things.
well, everybody keeps their secrets. You're not gonna
Exactly.
spread everything and show everything to somebody that you just met.
Right,
So
right, right. Even people who I think, oh, they're really good and we've become really close, there's still those walls
Hmm.
that I think people try to build up because I think you don't want people to get to know you completely, although you want people to get to know you. You
Mm.
know that like paradoxical,
Sounds like an internal conflict within yourself.
maybe, I don't know. Um, yeah.
The next question that I see is something here to be about waking up to take on the day. I think we touched on that a little bit earlier, but was you saying that you're just waking up worse and worse and taking on the day becomes even more stressful?
I don't even wake up in the morning,
I
so
mean, look at my sleep schedule. I don't wake up.
actually that's not true. I have to wake up in the morning and oh my gosh. So look, I have my phone um on like sleep mode kind of until a certain time at nighttime to the morning. So it's like do not disturb for several hours. It's like
Yes.
even if there's an emergency, I have to be in my bed. I have to try to sleep somehow. I think people should be like that. When they're taking a nap, you should also put your phone on silent
Mm.
because
Not everyone is allowed that in
I know, but
professions.
I'm not the kind of person who can have my phone ringing like past midnight, like 2 in the morning, and then actually get up for it. It's like, who the hell is even calling me? You better get a life. It better be people dying, and even then, I'm not gonna be awake. The person may have to die. I can't say them. I'm not a doctor. Take them to the hospital. You know that kind of thing. I
Yes.
know that's like
I know, but
exaggerated joke, but again, in the morning I my phone automatically
mm,
goes to not vibrate or ring, but I have an alarm, okay,
hmm.
that starts and I start the day. I kind of don't start the day, but I start the day, you know, get things
You're
going, kind
starting the
of.
start of the day.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even say that I get up in the morning still, even if I get him in the morning, because I'm kind of still gone back to sleep in the morning. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
I
It's
know exactly
like
what you mean.
I've woken up,
But you're
but
not
I'm not
awake.
like actively doing some like I mean extreme work stuff right now. But for like an hour, I will try to be up in the morning.
Congrats.
I know. It's amazing. I hate it because it's like I don't know. I feel super tired lately. Ugh,
I think maybe some exercise.
that's not the only thing. In my bed, I've been moving, tossing, and turning. I know that I have insomnia from before, but I haven't been able to like find a proper position again.
Hmm.
It's like my body is uncomfortable again. Uh,
I think that you sound like super stressed, dude.
Yeah, yeah. And oh, another thing. I keep thinking for some reason.
And you're what when you're sleeping.
I keep thinking before I go to bed. I'm like, I want to sleep.
I
It's
think
like,
what
brain, don't
you
think.
need to you need to tire yourself out. You need what you need to do is that you need to exercise and then take a cool shower and then that should help you fall
I
asleep.
don't really want to hear that I should exercise from you.
Before sleep, hey, it helps. There's numerous things that else you could do to help you fall asleep as well.
Anyhow, I stopped exercising like 2, 3 months ago.
Was that a good
Again.
idea? Was the
Um,
exercise helping?
it's because of the back
Ah, yeah,
thing
yeah,
that I
yeah.
had. Um, was it helping to do what though?
Get you to sleep or relieve stress.
Not really.
Mm. But I think you should just tire yourself out before bed then, both mentally and physically, maybe.
Anyway,
Speaking of exercise, the next question is, are you taking care of yourself physically?
no,
I would say no as well.
I am dying.
Yes, you're dying.
You know my problems.
Yes.
Physically, I feel like I'm dying every day, to be honest. So, um, Yeah,
I don't
that's it from
feel
me.
I don't feel that. Um, I do feel I could do with exercising a bit more, but I don't feel like I'm falling apart all the time.
Oh, you know what's interesting? I took some medication today, right?
Yeah,
And and I don't take medication, but I took some medication. And if I'm telling you, I was feeling pain before I took the medication,
yeah,
but it obviously subdued some of the pain. But if, let's say, it's only half the pain that I usually feel, because I was still feeling pretty bad even after taking it, right?
yeah.
It's like the pain that I feel completely then. I just a new fear set over me when I thought about that.
Mm.
You know? Oh, goodness. I already have a not a fear, but I'm always constantly thinking now about the food that I eat and how it's going to affect me
Mm.
and my body. And I'm kind of not happy to eat food recently, but I know that I have to.
Yes.
But it's like, what is going to happen later? Um, when we get to the bathroom, it's like,
A war.
yeah.
The war inside me. The stories of my troubles.
Yeah.
You should write a little memoirs or whatever.
I had an idea actually for it about dragons.
Oh, right. Your analogy to dragons. Maybe that'll take your mind off of the pain your body goes through.
No, nothing takes my mind off of the pain.
Hmm.
The pain is so bad. I don't know. I feel like not being here. Okay? Several times I've thought that. Yeah.
And I know you've done everything that you can to really like deal with your situation, but
I looked up something recently. Maybe I should try that enema thing. I haven't tried that
okay.
actually, so there's that. Yay.
You're smiling, but that doesn't look like you're happy.
You know when they say the smile doesn't reach your eyes?
What?
The smile doesn't reach your eyes. If your smile doesn't reach your eyes, you're not actually smiling.
What
It's
do you
only your
mean?
mouth smiling.
Oh, I
You
got
don't
you.
get it?
Your face isn't smiling, just just your mouth.
Right, right.
So it's fake.
Exactly. Anyhow, let's move on to something else.
What's the next question?
Let me grab one. Let's see. What is life asking of me? Is this really a self-reflection
I
question?
don't know if that's
Okay, okay. Let's move on.
is it? It's asking me to live.
Uh, no, I don't like that answer.
Mm. What is life asking of me? I'm assuming it's more of a question about what are you needed to do to continue your current state of life or existence or whatever. And if those things that life is asking of you are hard or not to
I think
continue.
life then is asking too much of me.
Mm.
I think that life is unnecessarily hard as well.
Well, like they say, life is unfair.
And that's my answer.
Yeah. My answer is also in the same vein. It's like you ever like fall down the stairs or trip down like a step like a
Um,
kid as a kid.
uh-huh.
You ever fall? Okay, let me phrase this better. You ever like fall or trip down a step or something as a kid, but you bounce right back up because it
Sure,
didn't
yeah.
hurt as much or anything because you're a kid and you have all that energy.
Hmm.
I feel like as you get older, right, and you reach a state where if you slip those two steps on the stairs, it can be a game ender,
Yeah.
and that's life. And you're blissfully unaware of the actual true damage certain things can do to you when you're much younger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only as time goes on and you get older, you realize that, oh God, I almost died. Oh God, that slip probably could have killed me
Mm-hmm.
if I had fallen anyways. And that's how I feel about a lot of stuff, in that I'm so hesitant to take certain opportunities because I've fallen and fucked up a
Mm-hmm.
lot. So now it feels like I'm playing a gamble whenever I like try to do something new.
Yeah,
Some of things
yes, I
are far
understand.
more like understandable or easy to get in. Like, okay, this is not that hard or whatnot. But sometimes there's a lot of places that you can go up the stairs, but it feels like a lot of them are like doused in like oil or something or water. This is
Yeah,
a weird
it's like
analogy.
a
It feels
fear of moving forward.
mm, mm,
It's
because
not that you don't want to move forward, but depending on how much you move forward,
or how many
it's
times you've
also going to
fallen.
affect exactly how far you fall.
Yeah,
Life.
life. I would say yes is asking a lot of me currently, and I do want to move forward with certain things that I have planned. I think I just need to get over my fear of failing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I mean, when you fail a lot, you kind of just you just don't want to keep going down that path,
Yeah.
and it can be very frustrating. But I think I'm getting over that hurdle, hopefully.
Mm.
But yeah, that is how I feel. Sometimes life is it's like sometimes it feels like you take 3 steps forward, and then you get knocked back 5 steps backward, and that's how it feels. It's just not fun.
Okay. Should we ask one more question?
Yes.
Do
What
you
is
want
the
to? Do
last
you have a
question?
special question, or should I just ask my question?
That's your question.
Okay. The last question is, what have you given up on?
Oh boy. Oh boy. That.
My first, I think I said it earlier,
Yikes.
but two-thirds of life I've given up on. Um, I feel sometimes like I've given up on myself.
Mm.
Oftentimes,
I
recently,
used to feel
actually,
like that.
I feel like that a lot. Yes, recently. Yes, I feel like most days I don't have the will to live on
Mm.
anymore, actually. That's how far I feel like I am crumbling.
Gotcha.
And I don't know how I wake up and do it all again, but it's kind of on auto at this point, autopilot.
You don't feel that you're like alive. You're just like a
Yeah,
robot.
yeah. Did I say that before as well?
Kind of.
Okay, okay. There we go. What have
So
you have
you've
given
given
up
up on
on?
yourself essentially.
Yes.
Uh I wouldn't say that I've given up. Like, I felt like that like a few years back, but what I have given up, it comes down to time. I feel like a lot of my time has been wasted, not necessarily because of stuff that was my causing of it. You know, it feels like a lot of my time was wasted against my will.
Hmm.
I can't go in. We can't go in super hard about why I feel like that, but you know what I mean, and I
Yes,
know what you mean,
yes. I
right? You
know
know,
all your secrets.
yeah. Let's just say it feels that even though you were granted opportunities to do things and succeed, it feels like life was just like fucking with you.
Mm.
You know, just things just slip through at the wrong time. You have to go somewhere else for like, and you miss it, and a whole bunch of work just like falls through the grate, or you know, just falls away, and it feels terrible that you have to now reinvent or create or do something over again and rebuild yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I am in the I need to rebuild myself and I need to do it in a timely manner. That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
recently I feel like that as well. We keep talking about time though, but recently I feel like there's not enough time left.
Hmm.
And I say left. Um, maybe that's why I'm just like trying to be like
Efficient.
efficient and whatever, but whatever the time limit is, we don't know. But I feel like each and every day, like I can feel it kind of just disappearing.
Yeah.
Even though we don't know like when the time limit is, like I said again, it is strange though, but you can still feel it
It's
somewhat.
like a anxiety just like lying over your head to do well and to do well so that you feel comfortable that you've done good enough for yourself.
You know how I know that we definitely have anxiety issues? Before, we didn't used to have this behavior, this action that we do, but we started to pull out our hair. If we pull out our hair, no, 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 that's a
Okay,
serious sign,
yeah,
actually,
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Of course, it could be an an underlying issue, but that's not it with us. And I'm pretty sure it's our anxiety issues,
Mm.
our stress levels, or
I
whatever,
just think
all of
I'm
those
super
things
hairy.
together. Yeah,
It's
but you
annoying.
didn't used to pull out your hair.
No, I did it.
You started that a couple years ago, and I started as well.
So our anxiety has turned us into hair pullers.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think so. I believe so.
Okay. Well, this was just a little depressing introspection that
In the first place, whether it's depressing or
is
not,
necessary.
exactly, a person should reflect on themselves. It's important to know where you stand with yourself, where you
Mm.
stand with your idea of the world and your perspectives. Reassess whatever values you have in life, and it's important to do that every now and then.
Yes.
How else will you know yourself?
True.
And sometimes our idea of ourselves is not how we actually are. So it's important to do it. Sit down and talk with yourself or write out whatever it is. If you don't feel it talking, it's fine.
Or talk to someone like we
Exactly.
have been doing constantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy this. Um, I mean, before we came to the episode, I was doing a little like just thinking back about things and stuff about myself, and I think I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, is that so?
I am hopeful. I have a friend who tells me that I'm too fucking optimistic, but I can't be not optimistic when it comes to myself. You
I
know?
realize that I'm optimistic for other people and outwardly in social settings, but when it comes to myself and how I am internally, I'm not. I'm very pessimistic.
Yeah.
Very
I
pessimistic.
know. I remember. I know.
Um yeah. So an extroverted optimist and an introverted pessimist.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you're pessimistic optimistically. No, you're optimistic pessimist. Yes, that's
Leaning heavily on the pessimism though. In any case, don't know about the light at the end of the tunnel. Christopher says he sees one. That's good for him.
mm,
I hope everyone else sees one as well. Um, from my tone, you can probably guess that the tunnel has been barricaded
uh,
and there
I
was a landslide.
I always take
There are boulders in there and
there's a
ghosts.
there's a certain line in Berserk where the Skull King speaks to Guts and he says something along the lines of, what you need, you're a struggler and you need to struggle and continue to struggle because at the end of the day you just need to struggle. That's, I'm pretty much paraphrasing, but it's kind of taken that as like my philosophy is that continue to struggle.
Okay, so this could be another question, but are those your words to live by?
Yes.
Wow.
Continue to struggle. I refuse to give up on myself and I will continue to struggle to the bitter end.
Okay, there's a song like that I know as well by 10th Avenue North. It's called Struggle and it's a nice song, but I don't want to struggle. I've had enough struggling.
Hmm.
Yes.
Don't give up on yourself, Kim. Struggle. Struggle alongside with me.
I'd rather not. Anyway, everyone who's listening, we hope that you guys, I don't know what you guys
Enjoy.
could take from this episode. Just do your own self-reflection, thing as well, I guess. Checkup, mental health checkup. Is that what it was? It falls under.
It falls under.
Yeah. Keep your mental health in check. That's what to do.
And continue to struggle. No matter, I'm being serious. No matter how like hard things seem, never give up on yourself. You can't. You can't give up on yourself.